Good afternoon. It is Friday the 3rd of January. It's just turned 4 p.m. and I'm just about to head off out for an Uber shift for the evening. Yeah, I logged on the app then. It was quite funny. I thought I'll just quickly check the wallet. I wasn't sure if I'd cashed out the other night or not. And then I went on and it said it says balance minus £12.65. I was thinking, what? How do I owe Uber money? So apparently it was saying worker pensions contribution. So basically they're taking 5%. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's 5% of the money that I earned yesterday or something. No idea. To be honest, I couldn't even remember that they had automatically enrolled me onto the pension thing. So that's about it. Yeah, I've logged on. I haven't signed on yet. It's saying it's surging everywhere, but we all know what that means. So yeah, I'll see what happens and I'll keep you posted in about an hour's time. So it's just after 6 o'clock and it has been crap, really crap. So yeah, I set off, started making my way towards like Ormskirk, seeing if anything was happening. I was offered a job miles away. It was crap, so obviously I just ignored it. And that was it. Nothing popped up whatsoever. I was thinking, have I got signal? I even logged back off, logged back on. Nothing. I'm thinking, well, it's a bit strange. So then I headed towards Southport. I thought surely there'd be more going on up there. So I got into Southport for like, I don't know, 25 past 4, something like that. And then my first job I took was 5:15. So basically 45 minutes of doing nothing. And that was a 15-minute job doing 5 miles for £9.39. It was coming up as a surge. So I was sat there for like 20 minutes and the whole of Southport apparently was surging bright red. And I'm thinking, why aren't I being offered any jobs then? So that was really strange. So basically in the first hour I done £9.39 on a Friday night. I then done a £6.52 for 2 miles, a £5.21 for 2.6 miles, a £3.84 for 1.5 miles, and then a £4.77 for 2 miles. So they've all been roughly £1.50 to £2 a mile, but they've all just been really small jobs. So yeah, in that first hour I'd done what, £9.40, and I'm just, what am I on now? Come on, just shy of £30. Yeah, so £15 an hour, but basically the first one was like a bit of a write-off, the first hour, to be honest. That was like £9, and then at least going into the second hour it's about, what, £20 thereabouts. I don't even know why I've come offline to give you an update. It's so quiet. It's just been like the odd person just moving about, coming home, who's been shopping. One guy was going out. I was like, have you not had enough partying? And he was like, well, we didn't do anything for New Year or anything. We said we just stayed at home, so we're going out tonight instead. And then that was it. Just dropped a lady off then. She's just going out to the cinema with her friends and that, socialising. That was it. Just completely dead. She was asking me really about how the prices like fluctuate and do we pick the price, because I think she was under the impression that like the job pops up and then we then like kind of bid and say how much we would do it for. So I explained that to her and whatnot. And then she was talking about she was trying to get a book an Uber on New Year's Eve to go down to her sister-in-law's, and she was like, nothing would happen. It was just saying we'll connect you, but it's going to be like half an hour or so. And I said that's because all the drivers were just all obviously like cherry picking, because you know we had jobs that were coming through like £25 for half a mile and everything. And then obviously I was saying like if you're really struggling you can do what other people done, which is like they booked an XL because it was closer. She was like, oh, I didn't realise you do that. She didn't even realise what the different categories were for, an X and an XL. So I explained that to her and that. So she seems like relatively new to the platform. I'll do this one, just picking up 2 minutes away. So yeah, I'll go and do that. But yeah, up to now, really boring, really slow. So hopefully it picks up. So just turned 7 o'clock and it's still crap. So after the last update, I've done a little 4.58 for 1.8 miles. a £4.59 for 2 miles, a £4.05 for 1.5 miles, a £3.72 for 1.2 miles, and then I've just done a £3.76 for 0.7 of a mile. So currently on just over £50, so it's about £16.80 an hour, which is one of the worst Friday nights since I started on Uber. You know, granted, it's kind of to be expected. You know, it is the 3rd, everyone's all partied out, everyone's all spent up. But yeah, still just really slow, really crap, small jobs. I've pretty much done every job that's been accepted, that's been offered to me. There's the odd one that you look at which you think, not a chance I'm going to do that. You know, it's like a £4 job, but they want you to do like 7 or 8 miles for, you know, something ridiculous. But yeah, other than that, I don't think I've been parked up so much ever on an Uber shift. To be honest, I can't remember the last time I was doing so little. So yeah, that's about it. Even spoke to the missus and she was like, "Are you going to stay out all night?" I was like, "I don't know, because like, you know, my battery is probably good for, I don't know, another hour or 2, and then normally I jump on a supercharger and then stay out again. But it's like, no one's out. You know, if it's really quiet now and it's, you know, like 7 o'clock, then, you know, is there going to be anyone to bring back? You know, I've dropped, I think, 1 guy off in town. Yeah, so if you stay out, who are you going to be moving about? It's not even like I've been taking people to like house parties and things like that. It's been just like people coming home and stuff. So I don't know, to be honest. I'll have to see what happens over the next hour or so. But yeah, if it carries on like this and or it gets any worse, yeah, I'll just be going home. There's no point me going on a rapid charger, especially because I'd have to do the rapid charger before 10 o'clock, and then the rates are higher. So a full tank is like £38 or something like that, whereas after 10 o'clock it's around £20. So yeah, there's no way, or there's no point me getting a full recharge paying like nearly £40, which is pretty much what I've earned over the past 3 hours. I know it's 50, but it's not worth it unless it's busy. So yeah, I'll see what happens in the next hour or so, and I will keep you posted. So as you can probably guess, it is slow because there's so many updates. So it's just after 8 o'clock. Last hour I done a 4:48 for 2.6 miles, 4:49 for 1.9 miles, a 3:66 for 1.1 miles, and a 3:75 for 1.8 miles. So the rates aren't too bad per mile, and it's not taking quite, you know, long to complete each one, like 4-5 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. But yeah, it's just so slow, it's painful. So I've just got to click back. 66.81 over the 4 hours is £16.70 an hour. So it's quite painful, really. I mean, it's the slowest Friday I've had. But you know, if this was like during the weekday, I'd say, well, it's not too bad because it's the quiet hours. So I don't know, maybe it's the quiet hours because of the date that it is, you know, just after New Year and whatnot. So yeah, I'm down now to 32 miles left. I think before I was on about 50, so yeah, I've used about, well, 20 miles of power. I haven't done 20 actual miles. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking now, do I go over to a supercharger? Do I just, you know, call it a night and go home? I don't know. It's like I said before, charging up before 10 o'clock, it's probably going to be best part of £40. So basically, it's going to eat £40 of that £60 that I've just made, which is kind of a waste. Whereas like on a, you know, Friday, Saturday night when it's busy, you know, when you're on like, you know, £30-35 an hour, it's not too bad because you're only giving up 1 hour or sacrificing an hour's take to recharge. But yeah, with it being so quiet tonight, it's like them last ones then. I think two of the trips were from the train station. They were just going home. I took two lads to a local pub. What else was there? I think one guy, I dropped one guy off in the town centre. That was it. Even driving down Lord Street, I think there was only 5 hackneys parked up. So I think even the rest of them have thought it's not worth working, so they're not even here. So yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know if it's worth me staying out, or for £16 an hour. And like I said, that's £16 an hour now. If I went to charge up now, I'd be done for 9:15, and then am I going to have another 4 hours worth of jobs? No idea. So yeah, you'll know on the next update anyway, if I've decided to go home or if I've stayed out, so I'll catch you then. So just after 9 o'clock, still out up to now. Yeah, after we last spoke, I waited probably 15 minutes for a job, and then I got, including a £2 tip, it was £6.18 for 1.9 miles. I then had a £4.97 for 1.7 miles, a £3.77 for 1.5 miles, and then I've just done a multi-drop then, 2 drops, £6.07 for 2.9 miles. So currently on £87.80. I've done 5 hours, so I'm on about just over £17.50. So the hourly rate is slowly increasing. But yeah, it's painful. Like I hate waiting around for jobs. I sit there and I think this is pointless. I just want to go home. But then it is like £17.50 an hour. I know that's not mega, but considering I've had Friday nights where I'm on about £20 an hour, 21, when they've been a little bit quiet, it's not too far off that. Considering the, like I said, like I've mentioned before, the time of year it is. So yeah, I'm now on 29 miles remaining. I think before it said 32 or something. So as you can see, I've done another hour, but it's only gone down 3 miles, which really makes sense. So yeah, my options are now I can go and charge up, have something to eat, or I can go and eat and go home. I still don't know. Been thinking about it for the past hour. I did say to myself then, when I do this little breakdown, I'll see what the hourly rate has now come out at, and if it's worth staying out, I'll do it. And then it has gone up, like I think before it, I think it was like £15 or £16 an hour. So it is slowly increasing, but I just don't know. It's just so painful. And like I said, it's quiet now, like really quiet. Even the people I've been picking up, they've all been saying, wow, how quiet is it around town and everything as you're driving through. So I'm just thinking, like, who's left out to bring home other than the bar staff. So yeah, you'll know my decision on the next update anyway. I know I said that before, but I'll let you know on the next one. So as you can see, I'm still out. I caved. So the last update was, got it down as this, 10 past 9. I'll just scroll back. Next job I had after that was £3.69 for just over a mile, and then a £3.74 for 1.2 miles. Basically I was trying to drag a few jobs out to last me until 10 o'clock to go on the supercharger, because at 10 o'clock it's the off-peak tariff. So basically I was just kicking cans around basically until then. Done a 4.25 for 1.6 miles, a 4.42 for 1.8 miles. I then came off at 10 to 10, drove over to the charger, went on charge until 10 past 11, came back on, done a £4.80 for 3.1 miles, and £8.90 for 7.1 miles. Wow, that was bad. And then I had an XL after I dropped them off, because at that point I was kind of like on the outskirts of Southport, and then this one was on the outskirts coming back in. It was an XL, £20.57 for just over 9 miles, so that wasn't too bad. And then I had a 478 for 2.7 miles, a £6.10 for 3.3 miles, and then I've just done a £4.51 for 1.9 miles. So currently on just over £153, and I've done, excluding the hour where I was charging up, which was my break, I've been logged on for 8 hours. So the hourly rate has gone up again. If you remember a while back, I think it was £15 and it went to 16, and then I think it was £17.50 when I was debating whether or not to go home. It's now just over £19 an hour. So it's slowly been creeping up. You know, even considering the jobs are really small and it's quiet. I've had quite a few people get in and they've been saying, oh, it's dead everywhere, isn't it? It's really quiet. One girl was just saying then, oh yeah, I think it's because it's dry January, so you know that's why people aren't drinking. It's like, no, I said people aren't drinking because they're skint, or they've just been, you know, they've been out on the lash for like the past 2 weeks straight while they've been off work. I said, so like the last blowout will be tomorrow, because then obviously everyone's back in work and all the kids are back in school and everything will come Monday. Other than that, no real dramas as such. I had 2 people climbing the back with like pizza and chips and all that. You just see this job. An XL 6 miles away, going 23 miles to L25 in Liverpool.